Hey there. Have you ever thought about giving a man the exact playbook to your heart? It's just a question that I find as ladies that every we all have like a different like way of looking at this. I feel like most women are like, nah, I don't want to give a man all the answers the way to my heart, because if I do, he's just going to do them and it's not going to be real. He's just going to try to manipulate me. And then there are women like me who are very, 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 very open and honest and very like, here you go. Here's the list of everything I like. And go at it, right? I just find this to be a very interesting topic. And also, I find it to be interesting because for all the women out there who are like, yeah, you got to make a man, fight for your love or try to figure you out, and you got to be a puzzle for them. And, and then there's, women will say that all the time, right? And it's like, does it really get them anywhere? Okay, I think that probably works for some men. And the men that I think it may actually work for are the men who are just men that don't like consistency, or maybe they unconsciously don't like consistency. Maybe they don't even realize they're like that. Like, there are some men that they really do thrive off of that type of thrill and mental gymnastics kind of thing. And then I think there's a lot of men who are probably more along the lines of like, they just want peace, and they just kind of like want normal consistency, like they don't want to have to do too much of that, but here's the interesting thing that I feel like. Now, obviously it's like, I'm not a relationship guru or anything like that. I mean, I only know my own personal experiences, right? What I have noticed is that I can and have given men an exact list of things, things that I like, things that I like to do, places I like to go, pretty much a lot about me in general. And I'm kind of like, here you go, and go ahead, do your best, shoot your best shot, right? And I have found them to fumble. It doesn't really matter. I don't see men either way ever really hitting a home run. Now, by accident, me and my first husband, because of the pure chemistry we had and because of the pure, real, true nature of our attraction, we managed, to keep things, going all the way up until the day he passed, right? And I don't know, it was by accident. But when I think about it, right, because I've had many years since then, and I've had time to learn a lot about myself, to discover myself, to know myself better, so I can articulate to men. And I've done this in the last, I've had 3 relationships since my husband has passed. One of them was only about a year, and it was very short-lived. But the second marriage I had was 6 years. So, I've had a little time to kind of experiment with this, and I was the same. I showed up the same person with all 3. Okay, I showed up very much the same, like honest, open. Here you go. I like this, and this, and I mean, some are just keeping a list on my phone and sharing my list. Okay, and I can see with different types of men. What I see is that it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It really none of them were able to hit a, home run, with all A's, and were able to maintain correctly, right? So it's like, men sometimes will say things like, oh, I just wish I had a playbook to your heart. I wish I just had the answers, to make you happy or whatever. Because you'll hear men say that all the time, like, oh, I can never make her happy, or I can't make anybody happy, or whatever. But the truth is that even when they get the answers, and they get somebody who's very easily, like, here's the answers, they can't do it. And the reason why, it really just, it always boils down to pure chemistry. Because it's like, I can say that I love to go painting, right? That I like to do a sip and paint. Like I could say this, like this is one of the things I enjoy to do, right? But even if the man who loves me or is trying to get with me or wants to be with me, you know, goes to one of those events with me and decides that he hates it or that he doesn't want to participate in that anymore, he doesn't like it, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean he's going to do that, right? It doesn't mean that he's going to actually do that. Same thing with like, you know, jogging or, you know, going to the store shopping or whatever the case may be. Like, for example, I love to make gift baskets, right? I think it's just fun. I just enjoy to do it. And yeah, I can make a good little hustle with that or whatever, but it's definitely not an all year thing. It is definitely a side hobby of mine that I just enjoy, right? I just enjoy to do it. That's it. And I could put on my list that, oh, I want to, you know, I like to go buy things for my gift baskets, or I want to go to fairs or whatever so I can sell my gift baskets or something like that, right? Like just something to do along with that. But if that man I have that on the list, if that man thinks that gift baskets are stupid or he finds that to be a complete waste of time, or it's just not something he wants to even do, or doesn't even view it as artistic or imaginative. And I say this because, right, I've had two men who literally basically in so many words thought my gift baskets were stupid. You know, they didn't come out and say it like that, but that is essentially what I took from and how I gathered, you know, from their thoughts, like the way they express themselves, right? And then I've literally met two men, and I wasn't with both these. Well, one guy I was with, but the other one I wasn't. But and I have had other men too, actually. But I can think of two men in my mind right now, though, who literally said that they thought I was brilliant, that they loved that I did gift baskets. They thought gift baskets was a brilliant idea. They found it to be extremely creative, and they wanted to support it, and it was fascinating to them. It was fascinating, and I mean, the one guy that I did it for about a year, I mean, he not only thought my gift baskets were fascinating and brilliant, and you know, I don't know, he was always complimenting me, but he actually helped me to sell them. He practically helped me make them. I mean, he went and got my table when I needed that. He went and got my glue gun. He went and got my hot glue when I ran out of hot glue one day. I mean, he stayed with me all day long when we were selling gift baskets, right? I mean, he was like the bomb, right? But it wasn't that he did the gift baskets. I mean, he didn't do them, but he found it fascinating to watch me make them, right? Now, Travis was the same way when it came to my makeup. He loved to watch me put my makeup on. He loved to watch me put makeup on other ladies. This is when he wasn't working and when he was just home, right? But he found it fascinating, and it was mainly because, and I'm going to tell you the difference. What is the difference? It's really just a matter of if that man loves you and values even what you do or what you bring to the table, right? They're going to find it fascinating. And so if I have on my list, one of the things that make me happy is going to Starbucks or going to buy gift baskets or whatever, right? They're going to find that to be a very easy thing to do, right? To make me happy. They're going to find that to be very easy. And they're not going to think it's difficult at all because they actually think it's kind of amazing or kind of cool, right? And that in turn is going to speak love to me, right? But the wrong guy or the person, a guy who tries to fake it, a guy who tries to take your list, you know, if you have taking walks on your list and he hates taking walks, he could fake it like for just to get you, right? For that first few minutes, just to get you. But it's not going to last. It's just not going to last very long.